Mark Rogers TV with you once again on college football and the Ohio State Jim Tressel debacle. I know this is ancient history at this point. I should have commented on this story a long time ago, but here is my take. Let's go back to April 2010. Jim Tressel was presented with information that 5 of his football players had violated NCAA rules. We know what he did with that information, that tip, or failed to do with that tip. Had he done the right thing, though, and gone to his athletic director, gone to the administration, washed his hands of the situation, let them deal with the NCAA, here's what would have happened. We know what the NCAA did after the season. They suspended those 5 football players for 5 games to start the 2011 season. They probably would have ruled similarly in 2010. So Tressel's without 4 of his top football players, including quarterback Terrell, Pryor, wide receiver Devere Posey, his second leading receiver, his leading rusher Boom Boom Heron, and his offensive lineman Mike Adams, one of the best in the Big Ten. But let's not forget that the Buckeyes line up with the best talent in the Big Ten, some of the best in the country. They out-talent just about every team on their regular season schedule across the board. The worst that could have happened was that the Buckeyes gone 9-3. I think that they probably would have weathered the first 5 games, come out 4-1 at the worst, probably still 5-0 with the one big game against the Miami Hurricanes at home, and marched on to a similar season as they had in 2010. 12-1, top 5 ranking, BCS Bowl win. In fact, Tressel would have come out of this situation even better. On the field, just about the same. Off the field, with 30 years of equity in college football coaching, 10 years at Ohio State, with all that character, all that integrity, that reputation would have been enhanced even further having done the right thing. From a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So why did Jim Tressel do it? I can only come up with 3 possible reasons. Number 1, he flat out just didn't think he was going to get caught. He's an old school guy. He doesn't necessarily think about the social media aspect, the blogging, the internet sites, the camera that everybody's got in their pocket, and of course the paper trail left by email. He probably thought he was untouchable, that regardless of what was going to happen, nothing was going to bring him down. He's in the ivory tower. He's untouchable with that coaching record. The mayor of Columbus, the governor of Ohio, Jim Tressel. So, number 1, he didn't think he was going to get caught, or nothing was going to happen to him if he would get caught. Number 2, possibly he thought there was that much riding on the 2000 football season. He had a team primed to win not just another Big Ten championship, but possibly a national championship, which they, albeit a second-half collapse against Wisconsin, almost pulled off. Again, he's got so much talent, they could have had a successful season regardless, but maybe he thought there was that much riding on the 2010 season. Or, flat out, maybe Jim Tressel had that much loyalty to those 5 football players, specifically Terrell Pryor. If that's the case, if it was just for loyalty, and he turned out to be the scapegoat in this situation and took the sword, I feel bad for Jim Tressel. Otherwise, only he knows what his incentive, what his motives were in giving up what was his dream job, a job that he owned for 10 years and brought Ohio State back to the pinnacle of college football. Would love to know what you have to say about Jim Tressel's coaching legacy at Ohio State and his string of poor decisions and judgments, and why he possibly could have done what he did. On Mark Rogers TV.